My name is Jamie. I am a trans woman, and today is my 1 month on hormones for my second time. So, about 10 years ago, I started transition, and I spent 2 years on HRT. It was actually more than 10 years ago, about maybe 11 years ago. And then after a year, I started HRT when I was in college. And I was on for 2 years, and then I got very scared. Obviously, transitioning is a very big thing. It's huge. It's your whole life changing. Um, and I just felt like it was too much for me to handle. So I stopped, and I stopped transition, and I became a totally different person. And it wasn't fun, and it wasn't good for me. But I didn't know what to do with that feeling, and so I just sat on it, and I grew out a beard, and I smoked a lot of weed, and I wasn't really progressing as a person. So for my New Year's resolution, I said I'm going to transition. I'm going to do it. And it sort of caused the downfall of a long-term relationship that I had, not because I was transitioning, but because I was accepting myself more and I was really focusing on taking care of myself. And yeah, so December 31st, I started HRT again. And now it's January 31st. And not much has changed. But having gone through all this before, I knew that. But there have been a lot of psychological changes. So obviously I'm more emotional, and it hits me like a brick. And I was talking with my boss today, and we had a meeting, and it lasted about an hour. And I almost started crying at one point because I was really, spilling my guts and talking about how I was really feeling. And I hadn't really had that before. And I even told him I 100% blame estrogen because I'm out at work. They know I'm transitioning. And psychologically, a lot has shifted in me. And I think it's a combination of HRT and actually caring about my body and eating more healthy and being conscious of what I'm eating and what I'm doing and working out and going to the gym. And sleeping better, kind of. I'm trying. A lot of times I have people over and it ends up being late, and I'm trying to go to bed at 10:30 and wake up at 7:30. I'm 26. That's not reasonable. But I'm trying. Today I actually woke up before my alarm went off, which was kind of nice, but I was still late for work. I'm working on a lot now that's sort of deteriorated. So my voice, for example, is not the best right now, but I've been training it and working out on my voice, and I'm very lucky because I did a lot of vocal singing training before this. So I can bring it up pretty high and I can speak at a much higher volume, but it's very difficult for me to do it for long periods. And I think it's a mixture of a mental block. Like, I didn't even realize how low I was talking when I can reach up here. But I think it's a mixture of a mental block and a stamina thing, and a vocal stamina thing. Even though I have done all the workouts and I have done all the training, I don't go into conversations thinking, well, I do go into conversations thinking about my voice, but most of it is having dysphoria about it. And that sort of uncomfortableness makes my voice want to drop into a more comfortable range, which is a big problem. I'm going to listen back now and hear my voice now and hear my voice at the beginning of the video. Yeah, but I'm working on that. And I'm meeting with a coach who's going to help me one-on-one at the end of February. And I sort of just zoomed straight through this. Like, I decided like December 23rd that I was going to start transition again. And by December 31st, I was already on HRT again. And I already have 2 consultations with surgeons for FFS. A big dysphoric issue that I have is my brow bones over here and my hairline, which is definitely receded. And it was receded before I even started HRT last time when I was like 17. So I kind of was prepared for that. But at the time, obviously, I couldn't do anything about it. Now I have a job, and I have a well-paying job. And I have a job that covers insurance for a lot of things, including breast augmentation and bottom surgery when I'm ready for that, which is just awesome. And I couldn't have asked for better insurance. But it does not cover FFS, which is weird to me because I consider FFS pretty much the most important surgery for transition, and it is. And they're saying if you want bottom surgery, that you need to have real life experience in order to be covered by insurance. How are you supposed to have real life experience if you haven't had FFS, if you need it? Some people are fine with that and on hormones, but for most people, you need some sort of work done or else you're not going to be able to have a real life experience. So you end up paying that out of pocket. And I already have a lot of debt. I have maxed out credit cards. I have a car loan. Thankfully, I don't have student debt, but I'm not great with money. And it's probably because I'm bipolar, which definitely makes things a lot worse. I also have a lot of anxiety, and I just got out of a 2-year relationship, which was really bad for me. And the breakup was bad. And you can see behind me, it looks pretty organized, besides that over there. And I spent a lot of time cleaning up because for the longest time, this place was a complete mess and it was destroying my ability to think and organize my thoughts and make healthy decisions. And it's nice to be in a place that I can call my own, even if it is very lonely. I used to have a cat, a dog, a bearded dragon, a bird, and it was all my ex's decisions to get those things. And it was a lot of responsibility on top of all the anxiety that we already had. I'm wondering how low my voice is dropping. I'm going to bring it up again just in case. And I want to see like an ebb and flow. It's going to be weird. The dog was hers, but he ended up actually being mine because he didn't really like her. Now I know why. But I ended up having to get rid of him, and it became a whole big deal. A big issue was that he was very destructive with his toys, and he was teething, and he was a puppy, and he was adorable, and he was my handsome boy, and I loved him. But the place was always covered in fluff everywhere. Now, for once, since we got this apartment, the floor is completely clear, and I'm vacuuming like every other day. And I'm obsessed with keeping this place organized, even though a lot of parts of it still need work. And that's really important. And you need to think about, if you're transitioning, your environment is going to influence the way that you're able to handle the problems that come up. So, yeah, that's really important. So I just wanted to talk about that. And if you're going through transition, really think about what you're surrounding yourself with. And think about how much of it you really need. I'm also doing Marie Kondo right now. And it's not because of the Netflix show, it's because I used to read the books and I always said I wanted to try it, and now I have the opportunity to, and it's worked for my bedroom a lot. My bedroom is almost completely clear. My closet is clean for the first time, and then a lot of it transfers over to the real life. If you don't need something, cut it out, because it's just added pressure on top of you, on top of everything else that's going on. In a month, my face has definitely softened a lot. My skin is a lot softer. It's easier to put on makeup without seeing my pores. But if I get close here, you can still see that my pores are affecting my makeup quite a bit. Actually, they look pretty spot on. My makeup is horrible, and I'm getting used to that because I haven't put on makeup in like 8 years. So, yeah, it's just a lot to relearn. And thankfully, I have a big supportive friend group that's helping me out a lot and is very supportive. And we're totally on board from day one. So, yeah, coming up on 10 minutes, and I don't know, there's not much to say on month 1, but month 2, hopefully going to see a bit more changes. Oh, I did get a lot of, well, I already had 2 years of breast growth, but my chest is a lot more sensitive, and I do feel like, I don't know whether it's my stomach went down from losing weight, losing 10 pounds in a month, which is great. I wish I'd gotten more, but I don't want to be too unhealthy with that. But it looks like my chest is a little bit bigger. I can't really show anything right now because I'm wearing a bra, because I cannot wear shirts without a bra. But this is my actual bra size. I don't have this like stuff with anything. So that's good. It is like a slightly padded bra, just so I feel better about myself. Yeah, so that's about it. Next month, I'll have consulted with 2 plastic surgeons and made a lot more decisions, financial and transition wise. And I'll have also seen my voice coach, so hopefully I'll hear a big difference with that. So this is my log. I don't care who watches this. Like I'm sure some of what I say is going to be helpful. Um, but I just need to do this for me, and I'm not doing this for anybody else on the internet. Maybe it'll help somebody, but I got to make decisions for me right now, and this is the decision I'm making. So, thank you. See you next month.